All right, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to this week's episode of Intelligence Check. I do apologize for last week. Both Conrad and I were not feeling too well, so we couldn't really do an episode last week, so we apologize for that. That said, though, I appreciate those of you who've been, checking out the VODs and also, watching the videos on YouTube. I hope all this information that we're doing is helpful to all of you, and I hope you guys are learning more things and hopefully enjoying your games a lot more, and that's honestly the most important thing. So I'm your host, Paul, and to my other side, of course, you have Conrad. What's up, boy?
What's up?
Alright, so as you guys can see from the title of today's episode, we are covering the fighter from the player's handbook. Yeah, the fighter is it's basic as fuck, but don't let that fool you. They are a force to be reckoned with.
They're pretty nutty. I mean, yeah, they can really break a DM's heart. I felt it that day.
Yeah.
In the one shot.
Yeah,
like,
fighters, yeah.
So that day, when Bala hit those, he had 3 crits?
Jesus.
And he just 3 crits on a on a drake, on a worm, a fucking baby dragon. I was like, oh, that was supposed to be the main thing you're supposed to be scared of. Shit! Fuck! What do I do now?
Yeah, fighters are no joke.
When he was playing this thing also, going back to what is the name, Cerberus also. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
The damage
he was doing is
ridiculous. DMs can get a little upset with fighters.
Okay, so
they're amazing.
Yeah, fighters are good at one thing, and that's fighting. And therein comes the problem.
Very well, yeah.
I mean, so it comes to the problem when it comes to roleplay. It's very difficult to roleplay a fighter.
Sure. You can make it work, I guess.
You can make. I think you see other classes lend to roleplay.
True. I see your point there. That's true.
The fighter is a very, but because it's so blank, you can do anything you want.
You can do anything, yeah.
But that's also the curse of choice, right? It's like I can do anything. So what the fuck do I do?
The reason why I never played one till today because of that. It's because I always get on with, okay, I should make a fighter. Let's look and see. Oh, I want everything.
Because, like I say, today we're only covering the player's handbook. But once you get to the other books, oh my god, some of those subclasses are fucking ridiculous. But anyway, so as we continue our class investigation, our class overview, I should say. So today we're going to go through the entire base class of the fighter first. Then we're going to look at the 3 subclasses which are offered to you in the player's handbook. So let's begin. So right at the gate, as a fighter, you have a hit dice of 1d10, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's the second highest hit dice in the game. So, and your level hit points at level 1 is 10 plus your constitution modifier. So chances are you're maxing, actually depending on what you're going to pick in terms of your fighting style, you choose either dex or strength as your primary attack ability. And constitution, you want a good one because you want to be healthy. Because you're going to be more or less upfront and personal, taking the fight, making sure everyone behind you is safe from attack. That's usually what the fighter does. They interpose themselves between enemies and the allies and try and defend. Or you're just going to outright slaughter a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
So, right at the gate, at level 1, when you choose a fighter, you pick a fighting style. This is true for rangers and paladins as well. But like I said, we're gonna stick with the fighter for now. So right out the gate, the first fighting style option you have is called archery, which means when you choose the archery fighting style, you gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls you make with your ranged weapons. So if you decide to go either using a crossbow or a longbow or short bow if you prefer, you have a +2 to hit permanently. It's a passive effect, which is great. So you're more likely to hit targets than, say, someone who doesn't have this fighting style.
Yeah.
And then the next one you have is defense. When you are wearing armor, now here's the thing, it says armor. It doesn't say what class of armor. If you are wearing armor, you gain a +1 bonus to AC, which is pretty fucking good. If you got heavy armor and a shield, your base is already 18 AC. You go the defense fighting style, that's a 19. At level 1, you could have a 19 AC, which is very hard to hit unless I'm rolling against you, in which case I'll probably hit you anyway. Then comes to the next two fighting styles are what people pick the most often. The first one is dueling. When you are wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, and this also means this works with a shield in hand as well, you gain a +2 to damage rolls with that weapon.
Yep.
That's pretty nuts. So you got a shield and a longsword. Your longsword does 1d8 single-handed. You attack, it's 1d8 plus your strength modifier +2. So you're already hitting super hard at first level. Dueling is a fantastic feat. This is one that everyone picks up, honestly.
Yeah, everyone seems to go to this one immediately.
Yeah, because if you're going sword and board, dueling is the best thing you can do, honestly. Unless you want to be a tank, then go defense. And then the next one is great weapon fighting. If you are a fan of great swords, great axes, glaives, halberds, pikes, all these weapons are called, they're considered heavy weapons. So, when you roll a 1 or 2 on a damage die for an attack you make with the melee weapon that you're wielding with 2 hands. And here's the thing, I misspoke. It has to be a 2-handed weapon, not a, what do you call it? Not a heavy weapon.
Heavy weapon. It just has to be 2-handed.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Usually, heavy weapons are the 2-handed ones anyways.
Correct. But remember, this also applies to versatile weapons as well.
True.
So if you roll a 1 or a 2, you can re-roll that die and must use the new roll, which means you have a chance of getting higher damage. So say you're using a greatsword, which is a 2d6 in terms of damage. You roll your dice and the damage is 1 and 2, which is fucking minimal for a greatsword. So you do 3 damage max. You can just go, I'm going to re-roll those, re-roll them again. Chances are you can get a 6 and a 6. Immediately you do 12 damage plus your strength modifier. That's nuts. Great weapon fighting is fantastic for those of you willing to use weapons that are 2-handed. So like I said, great swords, great axes, glaives, halberds, or even a long sword, or even a warhammer or a battle axe. Use them 2-handed and you can apply this fighting style. Pretty good. Then you have protection. When a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. The only caveat is you must be wearing a shield. You must be wielding a shield. Now, this is for that frontline protector guy. So say you're up front, there's a barbarian with you, there's a monk with you. 3 of you are in melee, up front and personal, and you're fighting against a bunch of dudes. One guy's going to attack your friend. You can put your shield between you and your ally, and then the attack is at disadvantage, which is great. Imposing disadvantage is fantastic. However, most people would opt to go for, I'd rather kill the damn thing than protect my ally. You know what I mean? So not a whole lot of people use that. And now the next one, 2-weapon fighting. Now this is interesting. I don't know if a fighter uses it well, but I'd say if you're a ranger, 2-weapon fighting could be fun. But as a fighter, I'd rather go dueling or great weapon fighting. But that said though, when you engage in 2-weapon fighting, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack. So, to explain how this works, say I've got 2 hand axes or 2 short swords in my hand. My action I will use to attack normally, that will be my, it'll be a 1d6 plus my strength or dex, whichever I choose to use if you're using a short sword. And then I can use a bonus action to make a second attack. So you hit twice in one turn, which is great. Problem. Without 2-weapon fighting, that second attack only does the 1d6. It will not add your modifier.
Yeah.
So if you choose to go 2-weapon fighting, then you get to add your ability modifier to that damage second attack. So 2 short swords, 1d6 plus my dex or strength, and second attack, bonus action, attack again. 1d6. So it's a great way to keep a high level of damage per second out every time.
Yeah. And
It's
it's
a good
also
range.
about you. It's also, I'd say, if you're using this style, mix up the damage you're using. So
Yeah.
have slashing and then have bludgeoning. Like,
piercing.
mix it up like that.
Yeah.
Or piercing.
Yeah. So
Like,
I mean,
depending on the situation,
exactly.
go
Like
for it.
if you're going for, like, say you can go short sword and rapier.
Yeah.
Short sword does slashing damage. Rapier does piercing damage.
Piercing. Yeah.
So it could be good. Again, it's up to you and what kind of enemies you're up against. Like personally for me, if you're up against undead, slashing and piercing are not as great. Bludgeoning,
Yeah,
however,
you need bludgeoning.
that will fuck up somebody. Again, those are not rules which are in the game. It's just something I just apply. Like a rapier should do little to no damage to a goddamn skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Because what do you pierce? You're piercing nothing. You're piercing air between their ribs. You probably damage a rib. Cool. Bludgeoning, however, you're smashing that bone.
There's a meme I saw recently for that dude. Piercing damage against a skeleton. This character is poking the skeleton and the skeleton's just looking, really now? Are you mocking me? Skeleton's just pissed.
Yeah, no,
This character's going at it with the rapier.
Yeah, it makes so much sense, right? Like, I mean, it's this basic knowledge, right? It's basic.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid. Just hit him with a bludgeoning weapon. Grab a mace and smack him over the head with it.
Yeah.
But that's basically what that is. So those are the. Again, this is purely from the Player's Handbook. The other books have added several more fighting styles. But like I said, when we get to those books, we'll look at those styles then. But that's the end of the fighting style option that you have as a fighter. Conrad, take the next one.
Well, the next feature you get is called Second Wind. This is an awesome feature. So you have a limited well of stamina that you can draw on to protect yourself from harm. And trust me, it's exactly what it is. So on your turn, you use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level. And you get to use this, you have to finish, I think, a short rest. Yeah. You must finish a short rest or a long rest before you can use it again.
Fantastic ability.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Fucking these fighters always, this is what saves a fighter every time. No matter what level that fighter is, Second Wind. Because the fighter will be almost dead and suddenly he'll realize, bonus action Second Wind!
Yeah.
Okay, yes, fine. Yes, you're fine.
It's really nuts. Because, again, it's free healing.
Yeah.
Which means your cleric or whatever the healer you have doesn't waste
doesn't have to waste. Exactly.
Waste sounds terrible, but doesn't have to use a spell slot. Spell slot to save you.
Yeah.
But Second Wind is a fantastic, and because it scales well in the late game also. But see, late game, 10 plus 10 is 20 health. At level 10, you've already got a shit ton of health. But then again, this could just save you from that potential death blow.
Potential death, exactly.
But so it's one of it doesn't scale super well, but it still scales pretty good. So you can always survive a little better. And the best part is
take it. Yeah, sorry, finish us.
And the best part is short rest. Spend 1 hour, take a rest, and you can use it again.
That's what I was gonna say. Don't take it as a massive chunk of heal. Take it as that, oh fuck, I've run in too deep here. I'm almost dead. Yeah. Maybe bonus action and action disengage and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
So don't think of it as a chunk of heal. Just think of it as a lifesaver. That's literally what it is. Second wind. You get a second chance and not getting killed.
Yeah.
Run.
Pretty good.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. And of course, it goes really well with the next feature they get.
Yeah. So this is when we start at level 2. Action Surge. This is without doubt one of the coolest fucking abilities in the game.
Oh yeah.
Starting at second level, you can push yourself beyond your normal limits for a moment. On your turn, you can take an additional action on top of your regular action and a possible bonus action. Pretty good. And I'll say this much for now. When we get a little further down the list, I'll explain why this thing is fucking amazing. But essentially, at level 2, you can attack twice. On your turn, which is great. And here's the thing, once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. And starting at 17th level, you can use it twice before a rest, but only once on the same turn. So you can't attack, action surge, attack, action surge again. No.
Yeah.
You can attack twice. But then by level 17, trust me, you're going to have a lot more stuff to work with.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's essentially what it is. And it's actually super clutch. Like, this action surge is what makes fighters do an insane amount of damage. Especially at lower levels. The moment you level 2, you face up against a boss creature. Attack, do a metric fuck ton of damage. Action surge, attack him again. It's pretty good. And then take a short rest, you can use it again. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's a fantastic ability. But yes, that is action surge, the most important feature for the fighter.
Oh yeah.
Moving on.
I'm already just thinking of like different uses. Sorry, in my head I was just playing such. I was like, oh my god, it's so broke.
Yeah. I mean, again, like I was saying, remember when I mentioned this is archery style, you can shoot a bow twice.
Man.
Kind of nuts.
Kind of nuts.
But yeah, moving on.
Well, moving on at third level, you get to choose your martial archetype. So here's the thing: we're gonna finish all the remaining features you get as a fighter, and then we're gonna come and visit all these archetypes. But just to mention them, you have the champion, the battle master, and the Eldritch Knight.
Yeah,
trust me, they're all awesome.
Yeah.
All of them actually have something to offer. Like, the fighter is one of those classes where each subclass actually has something cool to offer. Yeah. But we'll get to those. Yeah, we'll get to those. And of course, at fourth level, you have an ASI or ability score improvement. You can either put you can use 2 points to improve a particular ability score, or put 1 point into 2 different ones, or you can choose a feature.
Now, here's the thing.
We should do the features list sometimes.
We should do feats, yeah.
Now that we mentioned it, I think we should.
But here's the thing. Fighters get 7 ASIs.
Yes.
At 4th, 6th, 8th, 12th, 14th, 16th, and 19th level. Yeah. So fighters, because fighters are so... I hate using the word bland. That sounds terrible. But because they don't have much else in terms of what their class can give them, these feats are huge. So by the time you hit 6th level, you've probably maxed out your dex or your strength and your constitution.
Oh yeah.
If you've rolled well, of course. So you've already maxed out the skills that you need. At this point, at 8th, 12th, 14th, 16th, and 19th, you get to choose feats, which will improve whatever you do. Highly recommend playing fighters. They are a blank slate, and you can do whatever you want with them. Yeah. So good. ASIs they get the most ASIs out of every single class. And it's fucking insane. Now, coming to 5th level. So now, remember how I mentioned Action Surge 2nd level? 5th level is where this gets insane. At 5th level, fighters gain extra attack. Beginning at 5th level, you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take an action on your turn. And for fighters alone, the number of attacks increased to 3 when you hit 11th level, 4 when you hit 20th level in the class. So here's the thing. If you're a level 11 fucking fighter, 3 attacks, action surge,
times, bro.
To attack again.
6 attacks.
6 attacks per turn if you surge.
Bonus attacks I can win, and I'm gonna get some health back.
6 attacks per turn. And considering some of these subclasses, bro, the damage you rack up is stupid high.
It's a DM's nightmare. Like, I felt it that day, even though it was just a one shot, because it's the first fighter I'm facing in my game, like proper. Not faced a fighter so far. So I was like, oh fuck, they're such killjoys.
Fighters have an answer for everything.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. But extra attack, that extra attack ability is ridiculous. I mean, if you're a 20th level fighter, you have 4 attacks per turn. God. And if you action surge, 8 attacks per turn.
8 attacks.
That said, though, most creatures, I think most creatures at the 20th level are going to need to be hit with the 8 attacks.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts. So, basically, especially level 17, you get action surge twice. So, which means in 2 turns, you get to make 16 attacks.
Yeah.
Which is fucking stupid. And then finally, this again, remember, this is just the base fighter, okay? You gain Indomitable, which is actually a pretty cool feature, actually. So beginning at 9th level, you can reroll a saving throw that you fail, which is super valuable.
Oh, yeah.
It's super valuable, especially at higher levels. Like at 9th level, you're going to be facing spellcasters who are going to use a lot of saving throw based spells against you. So if you are able to save, like you can roll a saving throw, and if you fail it, you can be like, nah, I succeeded anyway.
Yeah, I mean, especially as a fighter, if you're facing monsters that have grappling or stunning, abilities, like you can potentially not fail your saves.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. You don't automatically fail. You can basically, it's advantage on a saving throw.
Yeah.
Essentially what it is. So you roll it. If you fail, roll it again, and you might succeed. But again, you still have to take a new roll, regardless if it's success or failure.
Yeah.
You have to do it. And you can't use his feature again until you finish a long rest. So,
it's long rest? I thought
rest.
it was short. Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's a long rest, yeah.
Yes,
You can use this feature twice between long rests, starting at level 13, and 3 times between long rests at level 17. Now again, a lot of the cool shit that fighters do come all towards tier 4, but what the base class doesn't give you, the subclasses do.
I mean, it's like everything is put into the subclasses for the fighter, which is kind of cool. So it's really interesting they do that.
Exactly. So it allows you to tailor make your fighter to what you want to be. That said, let us begin with, so like we mentioned, level 3, you pick your martial archetype. And the first one we're going to do is the champion. Come on, take it away, buddy.
Ooh. Okay, so... this one.
Just to be clear for everyone, the champion is the most basic fighter there is. If new players, if you want to play a martial class, most of the time the DM's going to be like, why don't you play a champion fighter?
Yeah.
So because they're good. But I'll start off first, mainly because I have a little more experience with a champion, because in my game I have a champion barbarian, which is kind of nuts. But let's begin. So, to give you guys a flavor text, the archetypical champion focuses on the development of raw physical power honed to deadly perfection. Those who model themselves on this archetype combine rigorous training with physical excellence to deal devastating blows. And that's no joke. Champions fuck. Champions fuck hard. Right out the gate, the moment you choose this archetype or this subclass, you gain this feature, and it's called Improved Critical. Beginning when you choose this archetype at 3rd level, your weapon attacks score a critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20. 20 by default, actually no, here's the thing, 20 by default is a crit. But rolling a 19, so say I roll by d20, and the roll says 19 on the dice, that means I crit. I instantly crit, which means I do double damage. 2 damage dice. So if I've got a great sword and I roll a 19 and I hit you, that's 4d6 plus my strength modifier, which at 3rd level, that's a lot of damage. 4d6 is 26 points of damage, average out to 13. That's pretty good. Plus your strength modifier. That's some pretty good. That's solid damage at 3rd level. And at this point, you have action surge. Attack again. And the best part is if you have advantage on something, say you're flanking. Again, if your DM's using flanking rules, flank somebody, you gain advantage. More likely for you to get a high roll like 19 or 20 to crit. And you do a shit ton of damage. But now here's a massive jump. Because again, a lot of like second wind, action surge, extra attack, ASIs all happen in those levels. So from 3rd level, your next feature you get as a champion is at 7th level. And it's called Remarkable Athlete. Starting at 7th level, you can add half your proficiency bonus rounded up to any strength, dexterity, or constitution check you make that doesn't already use your proficiency bonus. Pretty good. You need to make a strength saving. You need to make a strength check. So that could be an athletics check, acrobatics, sleight of hand, stealth, or you need to resist poison. All this stuff, you gain half. It's not expertise per se, but it's an increase to the bonus, which helps you survive a little better. And also, in addition, when you make a running long jump, the distance you can cover increases by a number of feet equal to your strength modifier, which allows you to jump across gaps quite effectively. Again, that doesn't sound very important, but trust me, if you're going through a treacherous terrain and you need to get over hurdles and jump over things, this will
come in clutch.
It'll come in super clutch. It's very, very good. And then at 10th level, you can choose another fighting style. So let's say I've gone defense plus great weapon fighting, or I'm going to go dueling with great weapon fighting. So I can just go start with sword and board with longsword, attack, get that +2 to damage roll from my weapon. Or if I can just decide, put my shield away, use my longsword 2 hands, and go and attack, and I can get more damage out. Again, it's 100% up to you. But remember, some fighting styles don't work well together. You can't use dueling and 2-weapon fighting. Those contradict each other.
You're gimping yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And again, here's the thing. Because of the additional fighting styles offered in other books, this becomes even more handy. Like I said, when we get to other books, we'll talk about those. That's your 10th level feature, additional fighting style. Starting at 15th level, you gain superior critical. Your weapon attacks score a crit on 18 and above.
Here we go.
Again, once again, if you've got advantage in the attack, chances are you're rolling pretty high up there. You're critting on 18s, which is fucking sick. It's fucking ridiculous.
Dude, the other day at a Warhammer session, Shanks got 4 crits in the fight. 2 of them were 19s.
Jesus. There you go.
Like, literally, like, it's just because he was fighter. We did that much more damage. And for once, we made Shiv's massive fucking centipede, which was the size of a fucking, dungeon, retreat from us. And we're like, oh shit, fighter damage.
Fighters are nuts. Fighters are fucking nuts. They're super cool. Super fun to play. I highly recommend anyone play a fighter. Again, they sound boring, but trust me, they fuck. Fighters fuck.
Yeah, they're very straightforward to play, actually. Yeah. They're very nice. I would say, as a class, to take it easy on yourself as a class and not have something play a class which makes you have to read too much or remember too many things. Fighter's nice as a first, character maybe, because you'll end up learning D&D a lot better.
Yeah.
You'll ease into the game a little more, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and the champion class is great for beginners.
Yeah.
Fantastic for beginners. And then finally, your final feature, which you gain as a champion fighter. At 18th level, you attain the pinnacle of resilience in battle. At the start of each of your turns, you regain hit points equal to 5 plus your constitution modifier if you have no more than half your hit points left. You don't gain this benefit if you have 0 hit points.
0 hit points. Right.
So this is a passive heal. But once again, it's in tier 4 of combat.
Yeah.
So this is more valuable in a one-shot than it is in a campaign. Because again, not many campaigns reach tier 4, which is levels 15 to 20. So keep that in mind, guys. Now, we're going to move on to the next archetype, which is the Eldritch Knight.
Isn't Battlemaster next?
Then
Eldritch Knight?
I want to do it. I want to do Battlemaster
You want to do
last.
Last makes sense. Makes sense.
I want to do
makes
it last.
sense.
But yeah, go for it, Khan. Eldritch Knight.
Okay. Oh, these guys I love. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. So, starting at 3rd level, you augment your martial prowess with the ability to cast spells. Haha, there you go. Take it. take it and go.
You become a
And-
spell sword, basically.
Exactly. So essentially, you learn to cast spells. So you learn spells from the wizard list, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
Yes, that's correct.
from the wizard list. And so the cantrips you get to learn. You learn 2 cantrips of your choice from the wizard spell list, and you learn an additional wizard cantrip of slots. The Eldritch Knight. Okay. Yeah, they have a table set up again as usual, like for half casters or spell casters. So at each level it shows you how many spell slots you have. So for example, at first level you have 3 spell slots, I believe. No, it's
two spell slots.
2 spell slots. Yeah, 2 spell slots of first level, and it keeps racking up and going on from there. And let's see what else do they
and for reference also, again, the Eldritch Knight is not a true half caster, because
not a true
half-casters
half-caster at all. Yeah.
because half casters get to go to level 5 in terms of spells. The Eldritch Knight stops at level 4, and you can only pick spells of 2 schools, which is Abjuration and Evocation. That's the only limitation you have on the spells that you can learn.
Oh, I didn't even know. Have they mentioned that here?
Yep.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
And here's the thing: Abjuration
Yeah.
spells grant the Eldritch Knight
Correct.
additional protection in battle, and Evocation spells deal damage to foes at once, extending the fighter's reach in combat. Evocation magic is usually stuff like Fireball. That's an Evocation spell, which is pretty sick. That's 3rd level spell, which unfortunately for fighters you only get at 13th level. But there are other spells you can use, like so. Sorry, Con, to just cut you off a little bit.
Yeah. No. Please go ahead.
It's just Eldritch Knights do not use damaging spells.
Yeah.
You're using buff spells on yourself. To augment your physical prowess, you are making your physical abilities better by using certain spells.
So don't even consider them like your proper half casters. They're not even proper half casters. They're, as Paul said, it's more for yourself.
But there you go. Continue, Con.
Yeah, and so that's basically it regarding their spellcasting side. And of course, your spellcasting ability is Intelligence. And for your wizard spells, since you learn spells through study and memorization, there you go. And you use your Intelligence whenever a spell refers to your spellcasting ability. In addition, you use your Intelligence modifier when setting the saving throw as well for any of those spells. The DC is from that. Okay, and at 3rd level, you also get Weapon Bond. So you learn a ritual that creates a magical bond between yourself and one weapon. You perform the ritual over the course of 1 hour, which can be done during a short rest. The weapon must be within your reach throughout the ritual, at the conclusion of which you touch the weapon and forge the bond. Once you have bonded a weapon to yourself, you can't be disarmed of that weapon unless you are incapacitated. If it is on the same plane of existence, you can summon that weapon as a bonus action on your turn, causing it to teleport instantly to your hand. Oh, I love that. And you can have up to 2 bonded weapons, but can summon only 1 at a time with your bonus action. If you attempt to bond with a 3rd weapon, you must break the bond with one of the other 2.
So think of it this way.
Cool.
You're walking into a place where they confiscate your weapons. Fight breaks out. Teleport to my hand, bitch. Fucking let's go stab it. Pretty fun.
Yeah, everyone sees the fighter just close his eyes and just blah blah blah. Boy, what you doing? Wait. Blah blah blah. Boy, what you doing? Blah blah blah. Boom, there. That's my sword.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a thing you only do when you're not in combat.
Yeah.
Because you already have your sword when you're in combat. But the problem is, if you feel like you're in trouble or danger, or say your sword's on the floor somewhere, or you left it somewhere, you got drunk one night and left it somewhere, you're in trouble. Yeet, back to me. You're good.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. And I believe you can't be disarmed. Yeah, you can't be disarmed. So that's awesome.
which is also kind of a problem.
Unless
Someone
you're
heat metal.
incapacitated, which seems fine.
But
That's
heat
fine.
metal is kind of a problem.
I
But yeah, I mean, again, that's just
mean,
that's strategic play that DMs will use against you.
yeah. And you're a fighter. You should have a high con. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, those are the things you have to throw at fighters, dude.
Yep.
I've learned now.
Yeah.
Next time anyone playing fighter, man, God, be sure I'm going to buff the shit out of their game. But, so that's Weapon Bond. And moving on at 7th level, you gain War Magic. When you use your action to cast a cantrip, you can make one weapon attack as a bonus action, which is pretty badass.
Pretty good.
Depending on the spell you use. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, like so you can just do Booming Blade,
Ooh.
smack somebody.
Smack, yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty interesting. We need to go through the spell list and see what they get exactly in terms of spells. It would be interesting to see
Oh yeah, 100%.
what spells they get to combo with that.
Yeah, we'll definitely look at the spell list.
Yeah.
Once we get to the spell section.
Yeah. And okay, so that's War Magic. And then at 10th level, you gain Eldritch Strike. So you learn how to make your weapon strikes undercut a creature's resistance to your spells. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, that creature has disadvantage on the next saving throw it makes against a spell you cast before the end of your next turn. Ooh.
This, I mean, it sounds good.
It's situational. It can come in clutch. Very situational.
Yeah, mainly because, like, see, if you look at abjuration spells and evocation spells, there is not a whole lot of them which actually invoke saving throws.
Right.
And besides, you're not going to be building damage spells. You're going to be using buff spells. So it doesn't really matter per se. Like,
Yeah.
And Booming Blade is not a spell. Booming Blade is a cantrip. But I don't know if it counts. Then that could be cool. That could be fun.
I mean, I guess it could count.
Because technically, cantrips are spells.
They're spells.
Yeah.
They're called cantrips because they don't have a slot, but
Right.
they have spells.
Yeah. So technically, it could be good. Could be good. Because actually, are there any bonus action cantrips? I don't know. I have to double check this.
Bonus action cantrip scene. I'm trying to think.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, dude.
Yeah. No, whatever. But again, this is a potential option for you to have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it personally, but I mean, I can't recommend it. It's you get it by default.
It's there.
anyway.
You get it.
Yeah, you get it.
You
yeah.
get it.
But I mean, it's one of
You
those
just
things I don't think is going to come in too much use
Yeah.
personally. But that's just me, though. But yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so that's Eldritch Strike. And then at 15th level, you gain Arcane Charge. You gain the ability to teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see when you use your action surge. You can teleport before or after the additional action. God, I love
Pretty good.
freaking love it.
Pretty good.
Oh, so by this time, action surge does 3 hits.
3 hits,
right?
yeah. Yeah, 3 hits.
So,
Yeah.
slash, kill this guy. Oh, there's another guy. Okay, action surge. I want to teleport right there before I attack him. Okay, cool. Thank you.
No,
Then the
3 more
DM's just
attacks.
going to be like, yes, you can, motherfucker. God, you just crit him. Aren't you not satisfied? God, why is my archmage not here?
Yeah. And the best thing, like, this can't be counterspelled either. You just go.
You can't. What? Yeah.
Boop. I'm here.
Like, fucking.
In your face, 3 attacks. Get fucked.
That's a brutal feature. Again,
great
at
combo.
15th level, again it's tier 3 play, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's tier 4.
Tier 4.
Entering tier 4.
Yeah.
But that's quite brutal.
Quite
if
fun.
you do get to play a fighter at 15th level, Jesus, fuck. Like
Yeah.
especially Eldritch Knight doing that. But yeah, you'll see our favorite class.
Yeah.
We're saving it. We're saving the best for last.
Yeah.
But that's Arcane Charge. And finally, at 18th level, you get Improved War Magic. So when you use your action to cast a spell, you can make one weapon attack as a bonus action.
This could be interesting.
Interesting.
Because again, like you can cast an evocation spell or abjuration or whatever to just, either buff yourself or weaken the enemy and then just slash them as a bonus attack with your sword, which just does even more damage. Because at this point, I'm sure you have like a +2 longsword or some shit or the other.
Oh yeah.
And you just do whatever the hell you want. It's good fun. So, it's nothing. Again, improved
That's
war
the
magic
Eldritch
is
Knight,
not amazing. Because once again, like you're buffing yourself more than you are. But the thing is, like being able to buff yourself in the middle of a fight and then just slash somebody at the same time, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the Eldritch Knight. It's a very it's
It depends. If this is your play style,
yeah. I mean, personally, I'd say play a Hexblade or a Blade Singer
I was
instead.
gonna say that as well.
Yeah.
Hexblade is
Hexblade
kind of
or-
similar to this.
Yeah, or Blade Singer, which is even better. But yeah, I know, again, the Eldritch Knight is not bad. It's just that there are some classes which do this style of play better. A lot better. Like the Hexblade does everything the Eldritch Knight does, but 300 times better.
Yeah.
That said, though, let's come to the S tier, cream of the crop. Without question, as far as I'm concerned, and a few other people are also concerned, the number one best subclass that fighters get access to. And that
Call
is...
them warriors. It's
Yeah,
fair
come
to
on,
call them
warriors.
warriors.
They're called
You're not wrong.
the Battle Master. The Battle Master is... Oh my fucking god, there's so much to go through. Bear
Yeah.
with me as we go through this.
Yeah.
So, when you choose this archetype at level 3, you gain your first feature known as Combat Superiority, of which you gain 3 features. Actually, 2 features. The third one doesn't really matter per se. But here we go. First off, maneuvers. You learn 3 maneuvers of your choice, which we will go into a little down because there are 16 of them. We have to go through all of them. Many maneuvers enhance an attack in some way or the other, and you can choose only 1 maneuver per attack. So at 5th level, you can do 2 maneuvers in a turn, or action surge and do 2 more maneuvers. As long as you have, which is important thing. Oh, we'll get that in just a second. And you learn 2 additional maneuvers of your choice at 7th, 10th, and then 15th. So you have access to a plethora of maneuvers which do various things which can augment augment combat, do extra damage, help your teammates out, all sorts of stuff. The versatility this class gives you is unparalleled. So, maneuvers are fueled by something called Superiority Dice. When you pick this class at 3rd level, you start with 4 Superiority Dice, which are D8s. A Superiority Die is expended when you use it. You regain all uses of your expended Superiority Dice when you finish a short or long rest. You gain another Superiority Die at 7th, and then 1 more at 15th. So all in all, you have, at the end game, you have altogether 6 Superiority Die, which you get back on a short rest, which is amazing. And you will see why. And of course, any saving throws that you make will be 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength or dexterity modifier, depending on which weapon you're using and how you are attacking somebody. So that's your first feature you get at 3rd level, which all in all immediately is fucking insane. Trust me, when we go through the maneuver list, you will see why. The second feature you get at 3rd level is called Student of War. You gain proficiency with 1 type of artisan's tools of your choice. Now, it's up to you to pick what you want. Do you want to poison your blade? Go for an alchemist kit. Do you want to forge your own weapons? Pick up smith's tools. You want to maybe help somebody build something? Pick up tinkerer's tools. All the stuff that you can do and mish and match whatever you like. You want to make healing potions? Pick up a herbalist kit. Whatever you wish. It's very versatile. You can do whatever you want with it, which is really, really good. Then, at 7th level, if you spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature outside of combat, you can learn certain information about its capabilities compared to your own. The DM tells you the creature is your equal, superior, or inferior in regard to 2 of the following characteristics of your choice: strength score, dexterity score, constitution score, armor class, current hit points, total class levels if they have any classes, and fighter class levels if any. This, I'd say it's super niche.
Yeah.
But it can be useful, like say you meet the BBEG or the big bad evil guy within 10 minutes of you starting the campaign. This guy's not attacking you, he's just kind of taunting you there. Or he's just kind of, doing his big evil monologue. You can sit there and observe him, or him, her, or they, and you can learn whatever you want about them. If you are the BBEG, it's obvious that they are superior to you in most of the things. But immediately you can find out exactly what their stats are. And most people are going to choose what is their armor class, because that's huge. Figuring out the armor class is huge. What do I need to hit? What do I need to roll to make sure I hit this motherfucker? And also knowing what class they are could help. Are they a paladin?
Oh yeah.
Are they a monk? Are they a ranger? Are they a wizard? What are they? It's super useful. Again, like this can also be used when you actually have to be interacting with somebody. Oh no, observing also works. You're
Observing
on a stakeout.
works?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're on a stakeout. You're observing a den of thieves. What does that guy do? And here's the thing: there is no limit on how many people you can do.
No
this with.
limit. Yeah, you can just constantly observe people and read them out.
Yeah. Okay, he's level 10. He's level 5. He's 7. His
Trust
AC
me,
is
your
20.
demon gonna hate you.
Yeah.
Be careful. Don't push his buttons.
Oh, I completely forgot. This feature is called Know Your Enemy, which again, obvious, but pretty good. Then we jump to 10th level. At 10th level, your superiority die turns into D10s. Again, we're talking about their dice numbers, and I'll tell you why that's important. And then at 18th level, they turn into D12s, which is huge.
Yeah.
And then finally, Relentless. Starting at 15th level, when you roll initiative and have no superiority dice remaining, you regain 1 superiority dice,
Which is brutal.
which is cool.
Yeah.
Now, we'll go back and forth on this one, Con. Let's
Oh,
do
yeah.
the maneuvers. So these are the maneuvers that you have access to, which are in the player's handbook and handbook alone. So starting off, right at the top of the list, Commander's Strike. When you take the attack action on your turn, you can forego one of your attacks and use a bonus action to direct one of your companions to strike. When you do so, choose a friendly creature who you can see or hear you, expend 1 superiority die. That creature can immediately use its reaction to make 1 weapon attack, adding the superiority die to that attack's damage roll.
Let's go.
So, my rogue is sitting there chilling. He is in stealth. I'm level 5, I can make 2 attacks. First attack, smack a guy. I'd be like, yo, Rogue, hit that motherfucker. Rogue's like, hell yeah, shoot him. Immediately, you're within 5 feet of the dude, Rogue gets sneak attack.
Yeah.
You can
I was
kill a
just
dude.
gonna say the rogue is gonna get the sneak attack and
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Or if your barbarian is next to you, hey barbarian, hit that motherfucker. Okay, boom. Kick his ass. Commander Strike, pretty good. Although I would say Commander Strike is one of those things you have to talk with your teammates about. Mainly
Yeah, if
because
they're willing to combo with you and all
exactly,
that stuff.
yeah. And not like some people would rather use the reaction. Like for example, the rogue would probably rather use the reaction for uncanny dodge or something.
Uncanny dodge, yeah.
Yeah, something like that, right? Or they want to keep their reaction for opportunity attacks. But again, this is something that you have to talk to your teammates about. Like, guys, I'm going to pick Commander Strike. Is everyone okay with that? And are you willing to follow through on it?
Yeah.
Pretty good though. It's a good maneuver, and I wouldn't say this is a must-have. But if you have spare, spare maneuvers to choose, not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. Having someone attack out of turn, which is great.
Oh yeah.
Use on your range.
Remember, you can replace your one maneuver each time you get to choose a new one also. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Say you don't like Commander Strike? Fuck it. I'm changing it up.
Yeah.
Go for it. Next one, Khan. Go for it.
Oof. Next one is a favorite. Disarming Attack. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend one superiority die to attempt to disarm the target, forcing it to drop one item of your choice that it's holding. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and the target must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, it drops the object you choose. The object lands at its feet. It can come in clutch.
Super clutch.
Oh, it can come in clutch.
It's really good because something you can do. Like, say you have 2 attacks. My first attack, I disarm the dude. His weapon falls to the ground. With my other attack, I kick his weapon away.
Yeah.
It's like, your sword is gone, bitch. Fighting with your fists now. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Barbarians walking at you with a great axe. Knock it out of his hand.
You can, let's say you're chasing down someone who's got an object and you've managed to catch up to them. But you're like, fuck, they're quite healthy enough for you to actually take them down. You can disarm them. Take that object off of them. Second action, as Paul said, push the object closer to your allies. Like, say, okay, I drop disarm them. Okay, he fails the save. Okay, cool, it drops to his feet. What do you do? Okay, my other attack, I'm gonna use my foot and just back kick this thing back to the rogue who's standing behind me so you can run with it.
These
are fun.
Yeah, so remember I mentioned why Superior Die are awesome? The dice add damage to rolls.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just roll it. Even if they fail the saving, even if they succeed on the saving throw, you're still doing 1d8 damage. Extra 1d8. Which is huge. Some people just waste dice just to add more damage on top. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
My save is shit. Fuck it. They still take 1d8 damage, or 1d10, or 1d12, depending on my level.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's awesome. But yeah, that's Disarming Strike.
Yep. And then we have Distracting Strike. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend one superiority die to distract the creature, giving your allies an opening. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll. Once again, you get to add more damage. The next attack against that target has advantage. It's pretty good. Next attack roll against target is an attack. As long as it's not...
It's good.
Actually, let me double check this. The next attack roll against a target by an attacker other than you. So, here's an idea. Distracting Strike.
The fucking rogue.
Commander Strike. Second attack. Hit him. You have advantage.
Fucking rogue.
And here's the thing.
Imagine getting the rogue to do that. Jesus.
No, here's the beauty of the situation also. Remember, it just says weapon attack. This can be done with a bow.
Oh, yeah.
Or a gun.
Anything.
Guns exist. Guns exist. You can use guns. Remember, I mentioned that if you want to be a gunner, just play Battle Master. They are so much better than an artificer will ever be. But yeah, pretty good. That's Distracting Strike. It gives other people a chance to to attack someone with advantage, which is always valuable, especially for rogues.
Yeah.
That sneak attack, just like get in there and fucking go. Because again, it's a reaction to do that. On their turn, they get to attack and get sneak attack again. So, fun. But that's Distracting Strike.
Yeah. And the next one is Evasive Footwork. It's super cool. When you move, you can expend one superiority die, rolling the die, and adding the number roll to your AC until you stop moving. It's troll.
Yeah.
Fucking troll. Imagine you roll an 8 on that D8 and you just grin at your DM. I'm running across all of them. And he'll be like, oh, you motherfucker.
You can, so basically, as a fighter, sword and shield with heavy armor, your AC by default is 18. You roll an 8. Your AC is now 26.
I can't stop laughing, dude. It's so true.
He's like, I'm gonna run through all these fuckers
I'm
straight
ready
to
to
the
all
bad
of
guy.
them. And your DM's just going to be like, oh, bitch.
Yeah. And this is whenever you move. So here's the thing. Here's what I can do. Bad guys in the back line. Evasive footwork. Run through all these motherfuckers. Get to him. Disarm. Commander strike.
Oh, Commander Strike. Oof. That's a brilliant. See, this is another thing about this subclass where you get to mix and match all these. It's so much like you can tailor your fighter to your style. Trust me, you can be very unique at times if you want.
Some of these combos are ridiculous and they're very, very good. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because again, like we mentioned before, fighters are such a blank slate. But the Battle Master in itself, the reason why this is considered the best fighter subclass is because of the versatility of what you can do.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
You can make your fighter your own. You can be so unique. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That's evasive footwork though.
Yeah.
Then we have Fainting Attack.
Oh.
You can expend one superiority die and use a bonus action on your turn to faint. Now, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it's F-E-I-N-T, not F-A-N-T. Which means you juke to the side, almost like a distracting. Choosing one creature within 5 feet of you as your target. You have advantage on your next attack roll against that creature. If the attack hits, add superiority die to the damage roll. You have advantage. You get to hit somebody, you're more likely to crit. If you crit, that superiority die is doubled. You can do a lot of damage.
Fucking fighters.
You can do a lot of damage. Fighters, battle masters are fucking awesome. Most of these attacks allow you to add your superiority die as damage. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yep.
Oh my god.
That's Fainting Attack.
Yeah. And then we have Goading Attack, which is another brilliant one. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend one superiority die to attempt to goad the target into attacking you. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and the target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target has disadvantage on all attacks against targets other than you until the end of your turn. Brilliant.
Here's the thing. This applies to spells too.
Yeah.
Some motherfucker's gonna use whatever they want on someone else. They'll most likely miss.
No.
You attack me or nobody else.
Here.
Yeah. So again, if you want to be a frontline tank, you've got the defense fighting style. Go them like, come at me, motherfucker. Come at me, bitch. Slap them. Come at me, motherfucker. It's like you are making sure that everyone's focused on you and you alone. So your allies can get in better positions or move out of the way and get better, locations for stuff. So Goading Attack into Commander Strike.
Ooh.
It's some good stuff that you can do, man.
Crazy stuff. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Whew.
There's some dude in the backline harassing your wizard. Evasive footwork, get to the back, goad attack.
Yeah.
And then, whatever. Disarming attack. You can't attack him anymore. And
Jesus, evasive footwork seems to be... I'm starting... The more we keep talking about this maneuver, the more I feel like whenever I build a fight, I'm going to make sure I have it regardless.
It's pretty good.
Like, it's insane. It just procs on your movement.
Yeah, pretty good.
As long as you have the superiority die left, you can just use... Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So troll. Damn. So that's Goading Attack.
Next, Lunging Attack. Now, this only works with melee weapons. So when you make a melee weapon attack on your turn, you can expend one superiority die to increase your reach for the attack by 5 feet. If you hit, you add superiority die to the attack's damage roll, which is great. Now, depending on what feats you pick, like say I pick up Polearm Master or I pick up Sentinel or something like that, it's kind of good. Smack a motherfucker. He's 10 feet away. I will lunge forward and make my range even longer and smack him. Again, lunging attack into disarming attack.
Yeah, and doesn't the halberd have a 10-foot reach?
Yeah, you can go. You can
so you can go 15. Yeah,
geez. 15 feet away from me.
Oof.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty fucking good.
God damn, man. See, this is another reason why I'll take forever to make a fighter. There's too much to pick. Oh, God.
Yeah.
My brain's already going back.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I would say, playing a battle master, talk to your team. Talk to your party members.
Yeah, I guess that's the way, a good way to approach it, a sensible way to approach it would
Because
be
depending on what they can do, you can pick your maneuvers accordingly. But that's lunging attack. Simple, straightforward, pretty good.
that. Yeah. And then we have maneuvering attack. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die to maneuver one of your comrades into a more advantageous position. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and you choose a friendly creature you can see or hear you. That creature can use its reaction to move up to half its speed without provoking opportunity attacks from the target of your attack.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Your wizard's in the back getting his ass whooped.
Oh.
Oi, get over here. Okay, move. Safe.
Jesus. Oh.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Oh man.
You
The choices.
You control. You set the pace.
You
of
said,
battle.
yeah, you. Oh god.
You set the pace, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very, very on edge when if any of you guys decide to play a fighter for some reason in Avernus. That's when you'll suddenly see a buff in everything. I'm like, no, not fucking double critting my fucking creatures. Or doing like multiple things. Stop it. Stop.
Yeah, man. Nuts.
Oh man. Oof.
Next up, we have menacing attack. This one's actually pretty good.
Ooh, it's pretty good.
When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die to attempt to frighten the target. Once again, you add the dice to your damage attack roll, your attack roll damage, and the target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a fail save, it is frightened of you until the end of your next turn, which means it cannot move towards you. So once again, you could be with a bow and do this. You are in the backline with your squishies. Shoot to do a menacing attack. They can't approach you.
Yeah.
They cannot run towards you. And if they attack you, they have disadvantage on the attack roll because they're scared of you. Which is pretty good.
It's amazing.
Use a bow, whatever weapon you're going to use. If you say you're using a ranged weapon, you're on the backline, you shoot a guy, they cannot run towards you. They cannot close the distance. They have to stay where they are or run away. Menacing attack is massive. Again, they can't
remind you
they can't run
guys,
past
like
you.
maneuvers and all come in at 3rd level. Huh? This is 3rd level stuff we're talking. You can pick any of these things at 3rd level. 3 maneuvers, right?
3 or 4? Wait, hold on.
Let me
double check this. Yeah, 3
check.
maneuvers. Yeah, 3 maneuvers.
3, yeah.
Yeah, I thought we get 3 of them.
So now process everything.
Yeah.
That is saying why we are so like psyched about the fighters, like even though they sound so blah. Trust me.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. Battle Masters.
Imagine moreover if your campaign has firearms, you're gonna be scared of this person.
Yeah.
Percy, fucking a good example of it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Right. That's menacing attack.
But that's menacing attack, and next we have parry, which there we go. So again, when you make a melee attack, you can use your reaction and expend 1 superiority die to reduce the damage by the number you roll on your superiority die plus your dexterity modifier.
No, it's when another creature.
Damages you with a melee attack. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
So if you're going with a dexterity based fighter, you already have a high dex. So by 3rd level, maybe 4th level, you're 20. Parry. Roll your d8, add your dexterity modifier. You can reduce a lot of damage.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah. Oof.
Goad a motherfucker at you, parry. Attack me. Yeah. Goad into parry. They just like, fuck! They can't hit you. Parry is awesome.
Oof.
In fact, a lot of like NPCs in many games who are fighters, they have parry by default.
True.
Which is great. Because you don't want NPCs to die. You just want to just parry that attack, bring up your rapier. You bring up your rapier or your short sword or whatever, just block the attack. Or you just take less damage, which means you don't have to get healed or use your second wind. It's always good. And you don't need it when you need to use it. But parry is fantastic.
Yeah.
Then we come to precision attack. When you make an attack roll against a creature, you can expend one use of your superiority die and add it to the roll. You can use this maneuver before or after making the attack roll, but before any effects of the attack are applied. If you are a human fighter and you have Sharpshooter, Sharpshooter gives you a -5 to your attack rolls. I'm going to roll a d8 to make sure I fucking hit that thing.
Yeah.
So I can immediately cancel out that. Cancel out the -5, and I get to do +10 damage on top of that.
Oof.
Pretty good.
That's insane.
Pretty good.
That's insane.
And the best part is you can choose if you want to do it or not. Like say you hit regardless, you with the -5. I'm like, cool. I didn't waste my superiority die. But if I do, like I'm like, oh, it just misses. Cool. Superiority die. You hit. Ha! Fuck. GG.
Oof.
Pretty good. Precision attack is precision attack. I would say is very good for those of you using range weapons.
Yeah.
Not so. I mean, like again, if you want to go, if you have a great sword, great weapon master, it will also help significantly. But yeah, that's precision attack. Pretty good.
Yeah. And then we've got pushing attack. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend one superiority die to attempt to drive the target back. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and if the target is large or smaller, it must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, you push it up to 15 feet away from you, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Lunging attack into pushing attack.
God.
There's a cliff or a bridge or something. He's a little far from you. Lunge towards him. Knock him off the cliff.
Knock him off.
He'll fall to his death. Really, really good. Okay, so one thing I think I've mentioned this every episode that we've spoken of. Displacing targets is one of the most valuable traits in D&D.
Yeah.
If you can move somebody, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Something like maneuvering attack, bringing your allies into better places or moving them out of danger, fantastic. I get to fucking shove a dude off a cliff with just a maneuver. Yes, please. 100%. Fuck off and die. Yeah. It's great. The applications are endless.
Damn.
Pushing attack is damn good. Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. And again, you can mix and match news however you want. It's just my brain will never comprehend. Oh,
so
goddamn.
Disarming attack, lunging attack, pushing attack in one turn. 3 turns. Yeah, you just
Stop it, Paul.
Yeah,
the combos.
Yeah, the combos are ridiculous. So many things you can do. Disarm them, the weapon falls to the floor, actually, forget lunging, you're already in melee. Disarm them, push them away. And then lunge at them. Why not? It's nuts. Have fun. Next up, rally. This is pretty good. The only caveat is you need to have a good charisma score. But that said though, on your turn, you can use a bonus action and expend one superiority die to bolster the resolve of one of your companions. When you do so, choose a friendly creature who can see or hear you. That creature gains temporary hit points equal to the superiority dice roll plus your charisma modifier. Which is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Average of 4 on the dice plus your charisma modifier. potentially.
That's a decent heal.
It's a decent mod of temporary hit points.
Hit points. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like again, say I roll an 8 on my superiority die, and my charisma modifier, they get a little more tanky. They are able to survive better. Definitely use this on your spellcasters who are in the backline getting their asses beat. Just be like, rally, motherfucker. No, you will not die today. And like, charisma modifier plus superiority die roll, they get temporary hit points. Temp hit points are severely underrated. If you have an opportunity to use it, fucking
always use it.
So good.
I never missed an opportunity to use temp hit points. God, I paid for the first opportunity to use it. Woo.
Yeah, rally is such a good maneuver. Highly recommended. Definitely should do.
Oh yeah.
But that's rally.
Yeah, and then we have Riposte. When a creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction and expend 1 superiority die to make a melee weapon attack against the creature. If you hit, you add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, which is pretty cool. To punish an attack is just very fun.
Here's a fun combo. Evasive Footwork.
Ooh.
You run past somebody. They try to attack you. They miss.
They miss anyways. You can smack him. Haha, you miss. Poke.
No, smack them. Disarming attack.
You
continue going. Yeah, continue running. If you have another thing, you run past, use your riposte to hit them, and then you can... Actually, wait, can you... No, you can't use... No, it's a reaction, so you can't use...
Reaction,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, so never mind. Whatever, riposte, just riposte them. You're going to smack them as you walk by. And get the next guy, do whatever you want. Yeah. The amount of options is nuts. It's good. It's good. Riposte is a very good thing. Like again, if you want to weave in and out of combat, Riposte is a fantastic ability. Highly recommended. If you want to be if you want to be that guy who's just running around and fucking attacking as many people as possible. That's Riposte. Then sweeping attack. When you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, again, there's another thing, you have to be in melee. You can expend 1 superiority die to attempt to damage another creature with the same attack. Choose another creature within 5 feet of the original target within your reach. If the original attack would hit the second creature, it takes damage equal to the numbers you rolled on your superiority die. So let's say there are 2 goblins in front of me. I smack the goblin in front of me, and I try to use sweeping attack. That attack carries over to the next guy. But the next guy only takes the superiority.
The superiority die, yeah.
Again, it's
Which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But
it's not great.
It's a good cheap shot.
Yeah. It's free damage. Honestly, wouldn't recommend this one.
Yeah, there are a lot of other things to pick, as you know.
Yeah. Like I said, when we get to Tasha's Cauldron, there are more maneuvers which are just even better.
Oh, yeah.
But sweeping attack, it's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Like if sweeping attack made like an attack around you, that would be cool. You hit multiple targets at the same time, which means you can use Evasive Footwork, run in the middle of all of them, sweep attack, you hit everything around you in a 5-foot radius. That, like, if anything, I would reflavor sweeping attack to do that. So you're hitting multiple targets at the same time. Like say
it would make more sense also.
Yeah, like imagine the whirlwind attack with a greatsword.
Yeah.
That's essentially what I'm looking at. And I'm like, that's what I would want my player to be able to do. You know? It's so much cooler. And then finally.
Yep. The last maneuver. Trip attack. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack. Again, weapon attack. That's pretty awesome. You can expend 1 superiority die to attempt to knock the target down. You can add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and if the target is large or smaller, it must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, you knock the target prone. And it's awesome that it just says, again, that I mentioned weapon attack. So, hey, archers, hey, you can trip the motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, once again, trip attack. Knock their ass down. They fall down. You have extra attack. Attack them. You have advantage in the attack roll. Or knock them down. Next attack, come out of strike. Hey, barbarian, you want to kill this guy? Yes. Smack. Yes,
Reckless
advantage
attack. He'll reckless anyways.
No, reckless. He gets advantage anyway. So
Yeah, he gets advantage. I'm saying he recklesses anyways.
Yeah.
He's my man.
You can just fucking cleave into a dude and knock his ass over. It's dead. Bye.
My God. Yeah, you could potentially save someone. Like if you see like say an enemy fighter or something going through your allies, you can potentially knock them out before they're making their way to someone else. Get them to drop prone. So then after maybe like it's half movement to get back up. So he won't have the movement to finally get to whoever he was trying to get to.
Yeah.
It could buy you time.
Here's another combo for you. Trip attack into pushing attack.
Ooh.
Knock his ass down and push him 15 feet away.
Push him. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Those are the maneuvers
And
that you get to choose from at level 3.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And this is just a player's handbook. There are
Yes.
more. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
My mic's doing some fucked up shit, dude. It's like cutting in and out. So I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, I
the audio
hear
is
you
fucked.
clearly.
No, I mean, this is my other mic.
Oh, right.
So I apologize if there's some inconsistency in the audio. I'm really sorry about that. But that is the fighter from the player's handbook.
Mm-hmm.
They are a catch-all, one-size-fits-all. Do whatever you fucking want. Anyone making a fighter, highly recommend the Battle Master if you're experienced. Otherwise, champion. Eldritch Knight, hit or miss.
Yeah.
I mean, again, Eldritch Knight has a place. Don't get me wrong. They have a place in D&D and in every single party.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to play that Gish playstyle, I'd recommend a Hexblade or a Bladesinger instead. Honestly.
Hexblade is more cool.
Yeah.
Bladesinger is also fun, but Hexblade.
Yeah, Hexblade is pretty cool. Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Because the Hexblade basically gets the champion's ability with one spell, which is great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Battle Masters. Without question, the best fighter class in D&D 5e.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These maneuvers, like the Battle Master alone, like we just talked about, all these maneuvers combo well together, and you can tailor make your fighter to the playstyle that you want. Do you want to command battle? Do you want to do crowd control? Do you want to do even more damage? Do you want to duck and weave through combat? You want to use a gun? You want to use a bow? There are so many options.
Oh, yeah.
It's really, really good.
And there are some insane weapons out there in
Yeah.
D&D.
Yeah.
Which, suit best for fighters in general.
Yeah. And fighters get to use everything. Single weapon.
Everything. So, any weapon you come across in the world, you be sure you know how to use.
Yeah. You can pick up any weapon. Like, yep, I know how to use this. Great axe. Yep. Great sword. Yep. Flail. Yep. Halberd. Yep. Glaive.
Fork. Yes.
Fork also, yeah. You know every weapon type. You can play with any weapon. Which means, again, depending on the weapon you choose, your maneuvers will change. Maneuver choices, your combos, everything.
Yeah.
But
even your stats, your abilities, you'll definitely focus your strength or dexterity depending on the weapons you go for.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
100%. Again, that's one of the few classes that give you that versatility.
Versatility.
Do I want to be dex? Do I want to be strength? Up to you.
If you get a good roll, max all three: dex, con, and strength.
Yeah.
Ooh.
100%.
My God.
It's like, okay, these guys are far away. Switch to my bow. Shoot the motherfucker. Or a crossbow, whatever. Do whatever you want. The options, again, they are so versatile. You can, it's amazing. Everyone talks shit about fighters that they're the basic fucking class. I'm like, yes, but what you can make with one, nobody else except maybe the wizard can do.
Yeah, and that too is in a whole different...
Yeah.
Like, the flair is completely different,
Yeah.
right? That's fully arcane. This is just physical ability, which is...
And paladins have their smites, barbarians have their rage. Fighters, I mean, again,
Have
Battle Master is the
themselves.
best. You've
They
got
have
maneuvers.
themselves.
Yeah, you've got maneuvers.
They've just got themselves. That's what makes them awesome.
Yeah, and and plus also you get 7 ASIs, which means you can maximize yourself completely.
Yeah.
Pick up a feat, get more maneuvers. Pick up a feat. I can now cast spells.
Yeah.
I have a familiar. With me. Like, find familiar. Pick up fucking Magic Initiate. Pick the Wizard. Pick up Booming Blade or Green Flame Blade with Find Familiar.
Find Familiar.
And Find Familiar, your familiar gives you advantage on your attack rolls. Have fun. Go crazy. It's so good. If anybody shit talks fighters, tell them to go eat a dick, because these guys fuck, and they fuck hard. Fighters. Everyone. Again, I'm not kidding when people underestimate the fighter class.
Yeah.
And also, one thing about fighters is because they're so what's what I'm looking for? Versatile. Multi-class options with fighters is ridiculous. Pair up a barbarian and a fighter. Pair up a fighter and a rogue. Rogues get to attack twice at level 5. You only get you only get one chance. You only get one attack, which gives you sneak attack. But say your first attack mixes. Extra attack, shoot again. I get this thing. Do action surge. I get to attack 2 more times again. You won't get your sneak attack, but you gain more. Like, for example, in my game, Atlas, who is a fighter barbarian, he hits like a goddamn truck because he's a champion fighter with Zealot Barbarian.
Wow.
When we hit level 5, he is going to be unstoppable. He is going to destroy everything because we're doing Gestalt rules. At level 5, he gets extra attack and he gets to pick a feat.
Yeah.
Guess what he's picking up? Great Weapon Master.
Great Weapon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, on 19s he crits too. Fuck. With Great Weapon Master, you crit.
It's quite sick.
He's going to be one-shotting a lot of stuff.
Oof.
And it just gets better because he's gone fighter. He gets to pick up the tough feat. He gets to pick up whatever he wants. It is absolutely fucking insane. And especially because he's a Zealot Barbarian. So he does extra... fuck. Fighters...
I would love to play a fighter Blood Hunter, as plain as it might sound.
Oh no,
fighter like in Blood Hunter.
With the Battle Master.
And the amount of hits you get with Battle Master.
Yeah.
You're just going to... maneuvers in like...
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah. Fighters are good.
They're good.
Fighters are good. Fighters are badass.
Hey, my god. I'm gonna hate it if anyone builds a fighter. Fuck.
I would love for people to play. Everyone's like,
I'm gonna be a paladin. I'm gonna be a monk. I'm gonna be a
It'll
barbarian.
be a nice chained and pace.
Yeah, I'm like, someone play a fighter, please. Please. It's fun. I promise you. They sound basic as fuck, but you do not understand.
Yeah.
You do not understand. Just, again, it's... They don't have flashy shit. You fight and you fight good. That is what you are. You're called a fighter, for fuck's sake. Nobody can beat you in a fight.
Yeah.
If you can get within melee range of somebody, chances are you are going to end them in one turn. Especially if you're level 7. Attack, action surge, attack. That motherfucker dead. Or you're making them waste their spell slots, which is still great.
Yeah.
Again, just because you have 7 ASIs, you get to pick as many feats as you want. You can pick up mobile. Hit somebody, you can move away, no problem. Hit the next guy, move away again, no problem. Mobile applies on every single fucking hit. Smack him, move. Smack him, move. Smack him, move. Action surge. Smack the other guy, move. Jesus. Fucking attack. I mean, Disattack strike, disarming strike, sweeping attack, trip attack. You can just do so many things in one turn. It is absolutely fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's quite nutty.
The things you can do as a fighter, nobody else can do. Nobody else. Well, what you
And
lack
again,
in
the other subclasses that you get from other books
Yeah.
also are. Woo-wee.
some of the other subclasses are fucking nuts as well. Again, we'll get to those once we finish all the base classes here.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much going to be the fighter class for us today. Boy, what do you want to do next week? Do you want to do monks or do you want to do something else?
So, like I was saying earlier, we could probably tap into the feats. We haven't done
we-
feats as yet.
We
did
did.
we?
We did the feats.
Did we?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah. Okay, that was a long time back. Oh
Long
yeah.
time back,
Sorry.
We did
Yeah.
feats.
Whew, it's been quite a few episodes. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Then let's just hop into. Oh god, we're going from one set of fucking melee to another set of badass melee. Okay, let's just do it. It's a theme, I guess.
Yeah. So up next
Monks
week. So
is-
next week, guys, it's going to be the monk. Personally, one of my favorite classes.
Mm-hmm.
They're not amazing, but the flavor is good. I love the flavor. Like I said, we'll talk about it when we get to it, which is going to be next
Yeah.
week. So tune in, guys, next week, and we're going to discuss the monk class. Unless we change our minds, we are allowed to because we're professionals.
Yeah.
Um,
Unless we think of something better, then
Yeah.
yes.
It's something
for
more
sure.
interesting. But monks,
Yeah.
all in all, are a fun class, which I think everyone should play as well.
Mhm.
Pretty good fun. But that's going to be it from us for today, guys. Remember, you can follow us on our various socials. For me, it's at House of Brim on Instagram. For Conrad, it is at Connorboy24_TV on Instagram. You can also follow me here on Twitch. Or you can follow my good buddy Conrad at his Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Connorboy24. We stream on daily basis. We're playing a lot of video games. And we do D&D on Saturdays. We usually have 3 games in a row. First is our game of Descent into Avernus, which Conrad runs. Then it's going to be my game of Storm King's Thunder, which I will stream Conrad's game. Conrad will stream my game. And then I have a game after that, which I play with DM Steve, who's been a guest on the show a couple of times. He's my DM in that game, and we play that late at night. Sundays, I don't stream D&D because I have a game of my own, which I'm not particularly keen on streaming. And that's pretty much everything. Anything else you want to plug, boy?
Oh no, that's it.
Okay. And of course, the artwork you see before you has been done by our very talented friend, Priscilla Dillon. Hit her up at Prissy Dilly on Instagram if you want any artwork done, be it for graphic design, character art, whatever art you wish. Hit her up, slide into the DMs. I hate saying that, it sounds terrible. I said it and I was like, oh, yuck. But you can do that and get information, and she can do some beautiful artwork for you. As you can see, this artwork we commissioned from her, and she made it, and we love it. Hopefully, I should be able to get an update very, very soon. We make an updated piece of art.
Mhm.
But that said, thank you guys all so much for watching, and we will see you guys all next week. So from us to you guys, till next time, roll for initiative, and we'll see you guys all then. Peace out, guys.